Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Evelyn. So for today's video, we are going to be wrapping some gifts. So I do have some gift wrapping ideas for you guys. They are very neutral and aesthetic, but if you like things more festive, then you can definitely switch out the wrapping paper that you use or the ribbon that you use. I also want to say a quick thank you to Cricut for sponsoring today's video. I will be using my new Cricut machine to elevate these gifts and add a few touches that will make them a little extra personal and cute. I absolutely love how these turned out. I wanted to do something very different for you guys, so I really hope you guys enjoy them. I hope you guys get lots of ideas, and without further ado, let's get started. So for the first idea, I'm going to be using this matte brown wrapping paper that I purchased from Amazon. I will say that it's very hard to work with because it's so thick, so you can see every crease that you make, and it's really hard to work with, but it is absolutely beautiful. So for this gift, I'm going to be using the mini wreaths that I have been using in my previous video. So if you do want to see a tutorial on how I made it, I will have the video linked right here in the card so that you can go check it out. And to attach it to the gift, I'm going to be using some twine, so I added some to the bottom of the wreath and the top, and then I'm going to be tying a knot on the back and taping it down so that it doesn't move around. So for this gift, I'm going to be using my Cricut Joy Extra machine, and I absolutely love it. I love that it's also very compact so that it's easy to store. So I'm going to be using the Cricut design space, and I'm going to be using just text. So I added a text box and wrote down what I wanted it to say, and then I'm going to be using their free fonts so you can apply filters so that it just shows the free fonts. And then I'm going to search some cursive fonts, so I picked this one, and then I did add more space between the lines, and then I adjusted the size to the size that I wanted it to be. And then I'm going to click make, and I'm going to select on the mat because I'm going to be attaching the vinyl to the mat since I just want to use a little piece of it. So I'm going to be using this really pretty champagne vinyl. I thought this would look perfect on top of the matte brown wrapping paper. And like I mentioned, I'm only going to be using a little piece so that I don't waste any more of the vinyl. And then I'm going to load it onto the mat. And once you load it onto the Cricut machine, it's going to make sure that you have enough material to create your design. So once it does check that, you're going to select go, and it's going to start working its magic and cut your design. I was so surprised by how easy it was to use. It requires no design experience. You honestly learn as you go, and I love that it's not complicated whatsoever, so don't be intimidated. I remember I was intimidated by it because I didn't think I knew how to use it, but it was super easy to use. Once it was done cutting, I peeled it off of the mat, and then I peeled off the extra vinyl that was around the letters. And I am using this Cricut tool that is helping me kind of peel off that extra vinyl. You do want to be very careful, especially with cursive fonts, because the letters are very delicate and dainty, so take your time with this. It was honestly very therapeutic for me. But once you're done cutting that, you're going to be using some transfer tape. So this one is also the Cricut transfer tape. I cut the exact amount that I was going to use, and then I peeled off the backing and placed it over the letters. I'm also using this other tool that is going to secure the letters onto the transfer tape, and then you're going to peel off the backing so that the letters stay on top of the transfer tape so that then you can place it onto your gift. Once you place it on your gift, you're going to peel off the transfer tape, and that completes the first gift idea. I love how the champagne lettering pops on this brown wrapping paper. So for the second idea, I'm going to be using craft paper that I picked up from Target, and then you can use rosemary or some pine stems from your Christmas tree. This gift is going to be smelling really good, so I'm going to be using some pine stems, and then I just cut off the ends so that they look like Christmas trees. And I am going to be using 3 different stems so that I have 3 different heights, and I'm just going to be placing them onto the gift. And to secure them onto the gift, I'm going to be placing some tape behind the stems just so that they don't move around. And I wanted to finish it all off with some twine, so I am going to be wrapping some twine around the gift. And I am going to be using my Cricut machine for this gift. I wanted something very simple, so I'm going to be adding something that says Merry Christmas. I did go with the typewriter font, and then I am going to be doing multiple copies since I want to add it to a few gifts, and then I just attached it to my gift the same way that I attached the other vinyl. This next gift idea is one of my favorites because you can make it very personal for a family member or your friends. So I just printed out some pictures of my husband and my daughter just on my computer, and I did make them black and white, and then I'm going to be ripping the edges, kind of making it feel like a scrapbook. So I ripped the edges off, and then I'm going to be attaching them onto the craft paper from Target. And make sure you assemble them in a way where the ribbon will not cover their faces or the picture. So I'm going to be using this beautiful satin ribbon that I picked up from Amazon, and I'm just going to be tying a typical bow, and then that completes the third idea. It's super simple and one of my favorites. Moving on to idea number 4, we are going to be using that matte brown wrapping paper from Amazon, and then this leftover fabric that I had from Joann's. You might recognize it from my DIY ornaments. So I wanted it to have a fringe edge, so I removed some of those edges to give it that look, and then I placed it on the gift off to the side, and I didn't have enough to go all the way around, but that's okay, no one's going to see the back. I just secured it with some tape, and then I'm going to be using this leather strap that I got from Amazon, and then I'm going to wrap it a few times around the gift. These gifts were inspired by Pinterest. I did see them use a wax seal, so I tried to recreate it. I'm going to be adding some greenery, and you're also going to be needing a hot glue gun, and then these glue sticks that are kind of like a champagne gold color, and then the stamp that I got from Amazon. So you're going to be adding kind of like a quarter size of glue, and then just placing the stamp over, and then it seals it, and it looks so cute, kind of like a special invitation. And then I wanted to finish it all off with that vinyl lettering. For the last and final gift idea, I'm going to be using this wrapping paper that I picked up from Walmart, and I'm going to be wrapping this book. By the way, I highly recommend this book. It's one of my favorites. This wrapping is a little bit difficult. I feel like you have to see it multiple times in order for you to get it. So as you can tell, I did it a few times and it didn't work out. That's why the wrapping paper is creased a little bit. But what you're going to be doing is placing the wrapping paper halfway over the item that you're going going to be wrapping, and then you're going to pull down the ends on the sides to create these flaps. So then you're going to be placing those flaps over your gift, and it's going to create kind of like these little pockets. Once you're done placing those flaps over, I cut off the excess wrapping paper that I had at the end, and then you're going to finish it all off by folding the corners in so that it creates kind of like a V at the end that you're going to be placing over and securing it with tape. I added this little cedar stem that I got from Target, and I placed it in one of those little pockets, and then I also added that same leather strap that I got from Amazon. I wrapped it a few times around the gift, and I wanted to create a tag for this gift, so I'm going to be using my Cricut machine again. I just looked up tag template, and then I also looked up a Christmas tree shape. I did want it to have a little Christmas tree cut out, so I made it the size that I wanted, and then I selected both items and attached them so that they would cut together. So once they were cut out, I used this tool to take them off of the mat so that it wouldn't have any lifted edges, and then I looped it through the leather strap, and then you can write whatever you want on it. And I love the little detail of the Christmas tree. But that is the last gift idea, and here is how they all turned out. Alright you guys, that concludes today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it and got lots of ideas on how you can wrap your gifts. Remember that if you like things more festive with more color, you can switch out the wrapping paper or the ribbon that you use. For those of you that do like neutral and aesthetic, I will have all the links down below of everything that I use. Once again, thank you so much to Cricut for sponsoring today's video. I will also have links to everything that I use for my Cricut machine and all the tools that I use down below in case you are interested. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye.